friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 45. My name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our two cats, Dixie and Daisy. And I love to crochet, and I love to knit, figuring out sewing, all that good stuff. Anyway, you can find all my social media links down below, including my blog, which I will put show notes on that. So any patterns that I talk about, yarns, be linked down below. So, I don't know why I feel so out of habit of this. I don't know. I've had to re-record this beginning so many times. Anyway, so we're just going to push on through, okay? So grab a drink, grab your project, let's get going. And the first thing, I think because I've had trouble with this, is because the first thing I want to talk about is kind of serious and frustrating. So a couple weeks ago, I went to Hobby Lobby, and I noticed that they had some hand-dyed yarn, which, like, ooh, I like this, and it's cheaper, and if I use the coupon, I can get it for really cheap. Yay! And so, and there was a colorway that I wanted. I wanted like a dark blue tonal navy skein for a project, and they had one, and I was like, this is awesome, I love this. And with the coupon, or no, I think it was the week that all yarn was on sale, so anyway, so I bought the yarn, so excited. Then Monday happened. And Monday I was on Instagram. I'm not a Insta stories person. Like, I really don't care about them. If that's your jam, that's cool. But I rarely ever post mine. I rarely even look at Instagram stories. But for some reason I was on. And one of my favorite dyers, the Lemonade Chap, she had several stories. And it was all about how Hobby Lobby had stolen her colorway for their hand-dyed yarn. And so I got to looking at it. They didn't steal one or two or even three. They stole 4 of her colorways. Like, if you put Hobby Lobby's yarn next to hers, it looks exactly the same. And today I noticed 3 Irish Girls, which is another dyer that I love, they posted that Hobby Lobby had stolen the same colorway. Well, now, the Lemonade Shop, 3 Irish Girls, they have, I think 3 of those colorways are similar. Now, it's one thing for 2 indie dyers, 2 small businesses to compete over some, colorways, color. How can we copyright color or patent that or anything like that? Like, that's the problem with us creatives. When we create something, a design or color or whatever, like, how can you copyright your idea like that? I don't know. But the problem is, it's Hobby Lobby, a corporation, stealing something from a small business and thus undercutting their prices. And I got my skein for less than half of what I would pay to the Lemonade Shop or 3 Irish Girls. And I'm not okay with that, because they're a small business. That's how they are feeding their families, is through this. And so I marched myself right into Hobby Lobby and returned it. I was like, I'm not okay with this. Now, my colorway, I don't know if it was stolen from somebody, but I was not okay with that. So, got my money back, and I'm going to spend it on a small business. Of course, there's so many of them that I want to buy from. So anyway, that's my spiel about that. Just wanted you to know. I will probably still shop at Hobby Lobby just because I love that store. I like just walking in there, and like, it's a calming presence for me. The music they usually play is very calming for me. The just being around crafty stuff and just letting my mind go crafty wise is something that's fun for me. But I will be more careful with what I buy from Hobby Lobby. It will be, because this isn't the first time they've done this to a small business person that I know of. That there was another time, I want to say it was like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe even not that long ago. My brain, 40, y'all, and it gets ya. But it was like a pin or some. It was some kind of Yarny notion that they stole the design, exact same thing. And anyway, so I'm just gonna educate myself more on things that I buy from corporations. So anyway, that being said, so it's Friday night. So excited. It's come home, just want to relax for the weekend, and nope. Can't relax because it's quizzing season, and of course this year quizzing will look so different. There was already a quiz in September, but I'm still just, I'm wary of being in close proximity like that with teenagers. For those of you who are new, my husband and I help out with teen Bible quizzing with our the Nazarene Church denomination. So yeah, with a pandemic going on, yeah, it's nerve-wracking. So we'll see how Saturday goes. Tomorrow. But anyway, fall is here for sure in Illinois. Last week was so cold. Well, not cold, but it was colder than I like. But I definitely got use of my hand knit socks for sure. I got to wear them all. And cowls and stuff to keep myself warm. This week was a little warmer, especially today. Today is hot. Yay! But that's how it is in the Midwest. You wake up and it's cold, and then by the afternoon you wear your sweaters, you wear your hand knit socks, and by the afternoon you're dying because it's so hot. But anyway, I'm okay with it right now. So yeah, I definitely got use out of my hand knit socks for sure. This last week, yeah. Well, and then the furnace at work wasn't working very well, so that made for the hand knit socks necessary. And Monday, I had totally forgotten that it wasn't working, and so got ready for work, and I put on a jacket, and I was like, I'm gonna wear flip-flops because I'm a Midwestern girl, because yeah. And then I get to work and remember, oh yeah, the furnace isn't working. My feet were freezing. It was so bad. So bad. Oh, anyway. Yeah. We'll see how next week goes. It's supposed to get cold again. And by cold I mean 60s. No, I don't like that. Okay, so let's get on with the Yarny goodness, shall we? I think we should. Because finished objects, I have a very special one to show you. Actually, we're going to do something different. Ta-da! It's done! Yay! So here, I'll stand up for you real quick. Oop, can't even get it all in. Oh, you can see my color changes here. We'll go to this side. Yep. I'll have to figure out another way to show you. Anyway, so the blurred lines sweater is done. Yay! So it is a lovely pattern by Deanne Ramsey from Addie Day Designs. Fingering weight sweater. I started this in January. I write it down. I calculated how many days I worked on this sweater. I'll put it on the screen. Anyway, so yes, blurred line sweater is all done. So excited. Yay! It was living in my shawl bag from Fate's Thread. I used loops and thread, wool-like yarn. Let's see if, and because it is a light fingering, I held the yarns double. So let's see if I can get a hold of all of them. So this is all that I have left. So we have navy, and then purple, and then charcoal. Is that the colorway? I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen. I'll figure it out. Because I saw cool gray, I saw charcoal, I saw... We'll figure it out. But anyway. So, the modifications that I did was... Because my gauge was kind of wonky. And so I kind of just went towards the measurements. I didn't really stick to stitch counts or row counts. I just went to inches, make sure everything was right. And then for the sleeves, the cuff, you're supposed to have like a really long cuff and then have holes for your thumb. I hate those, so I'm not doing it. It's my sweater. I don't have to make thumb holes if I don't want them, so I didn't. And then also the only other modification that I did single crochet in the back loop on the cuffs and on the hem. So yeah, blurred line sweater. Yay! So yeah, it's too hot to be wearing this right now. I don't know if you noticed, but I even painted my nails to match. We have the navy and the purple and the gray. Or silver in that case. So yeah. All done. And it's gonna get cold again, so I can wear it soon. Alright. Next finished object was living in my Wonder Woman bag. Thought I had a pin on here, guess not. I'm calling them my Wakanda socks. The yarns that I used was ND Yarn Company. Is on their ND sock base, which is 80/20 superwash merino nylon blend, and it's in a special colorway for my local yarn shop. It's called Yak's Socks. This is what the colorway looks like. That purple there kind of reminds me of the scene in Black Panther when he goes to visit his ancestors. And so when I was working on these socks, it was right after Chadwick Boseman had passed away. And so that's why these are called Wakanda socks. And I have new sock blockers, so here we go. Oh my goodness, look how pretty these are. I love this. So here on screen you can really see the stripe that I did. So the different teal I did for the heels, toes, and cuffs. Instead of doing the whole toe, I just did a little stripe of it, about 4 rows of it there. So anyway, my friend Leticia, hi Leticia, she gave me these sock blockers, and so they look much better than my redneck placemat ones. Anyway, but yeah, so excited. So I have another pair of socks to wear next week. Yay! The pattern that I used was the basic toe up socks by Wendy Prager Goeckner. Hi Wendy! It's a basic vanilla sock, but for the heel I did the Fish Lips Kiss heel. Just so you know. And then also, speaking of Leticia, she messaged me saying that she wanted me to teach her how to dye yarn. Okay, not a problem. And so then we invited two of our other friends over, Gabby and Kimberly. Hi, girls. And so we met 2 weeks ago. It was like the day after, or 2 days after I recorded my last podcast. And we dyed yarn. So, tale of woe. Ordered my yarn separate from the, like they went in together and bought their yarn. And I ordered mine separately. No, thinking, oh, last time I ordered it came so fast. This time, nope. So I was like, day of, and I still didn't have my yarn. I was like, oh boy. Well, I can still show them, tell them what to do, no problem. And then Kimberly was like, well, I have an extra skein. She had some Knit Picks Wool of the Andes. It's a worsted weight. So it is 100% Peruvian Highland wool. And so, just to show them how to dye with food coloring, I did some yellow and green and pink. And this one I am calling Tulip Time, or Tulips in the Snow, I guess. Because these colors just remind me of tulips, which is my favorite flower, just so you know. This I'm thinking will be a hat, because it's a nice thick, it's kind of scratchy, so I wouldn't want anything near my neck, so on my head should be good. Yeah. So that's my Tulip Time. But then Ryan came over and he's like, hey, I checked the mail, and my yarn came. While we were dyeing, it came. So the yarns that I use, the yarns that I like to dye with is Knit Picks Stroll Fingering Weight. And it is a sock yarn, so it is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And these are the two that I used, or that I dyed. So this is one that I had wanted to do for a while. Here, I'll just undo it, because if you've been watching, if you've been around, you know I love history, and I've been obsessed with this musical called Six, which is about the 6 wives of Henry VIII. So, this yarn is dyed in the colors that the queens wear on the stage for the musical. So Catherine of Aragon is gold, and Boleyn is green, Jane Seymour is white, Anne of Cleves is red, which kind of runs into Catherine Howard, who is hot pink, and then Catherine Parr is blue. And then I did black speckles because their outfits, they have that color, but it's mostly black. Looks like patent leather, like plastic. It's like, whew, that looks like it's so hot to be running around and dancing and singing your heart out in those. Anyway, so Six, the musical. Those will probably be socks that I will wear to Six, the musical. And then I had one more skein. I was like, I don't know what I want to dye, what colors I want to use yet. So I think there was still somebody still had a bowl of green, and there was a bowl of black, or maybe it was purple and black, and then I added green, which makes it more like a Disney villain kind of colorway. But I have realized if you want to do a dark color, you shouldn't use food coloring, because it will not turn out very dark. And of course, I'm losing light now. Let's see if we can get this back here. Okay, there we go. So yeah, the green turned out a lot brighter. This hot blue here is from where the black dye broke. And so this is supposed to be black. And it turned out brown with some blues. And then of course we have the purple here. And then I left some white, but some of the other colors ran into it, so it looks kind of like a dusty, like a really pale mauve color. So anyway, these will probably be socks as well because I am now obsessed with making socks. So that brings us to makes in progress. And the first one I wanted to show you, this is what I was working on today at work, is a scrappy sock. Oh yes. So when I finished, let me just tell you a story while I get everything else situated here. So when I finished the Wakanda socks, I took all the yarns that, when I finished the Wakanda socks, that finished my Make 9 2020. Yay! So I took all the scraps from that, split them in half. Well, I split some for other projects and I split some for something else. Just a surprise. And then the little bits that I had left, I split into two because I do my socks 2 at a time. And then kind of measured them, weighed them all so I would know, make sure I had equal amounts on both sides. I didn't want to have one sock longer than the other. Anyway, and then I stuffed them all both. So I had 2 groupings. I stuck them both in a bag and then started balling them up and just reach in, grab one, ball it up. So it was a surprise as to the order of my socks. So they will be mismatched socks. I started them last Friday in time for Socktober. Hey, hey. Which is a make-along being run by Earth Tones Girl and Hey Brownberry. So, I'll have a link to their Socktober stuff. Anyway, so here are my socks so far. So the toes will be are matching. This is yarn that I dyed. It is a sparkly sock. And so, I did it mostly blue. There's a little purple and a little pink in there as well. I'm calling this colorway a Spoonful of Sugar. And then, so that's my toes. And then I've got 2 colors, 2 scraps going. So this is Happy New Year, which is from Bumblebee Acres Farms. This, which is I'm now working this same color here, which is Apple Fiber Studios Sweet Pea, and it's working up on this side now. But this one here is my first pair of socks since I started this whole endeavor. This is from Dear Dreams, and it is the Bahamian flag. So it's for hurricane relief from Hurricane Dorian, which was last year. Anyway, so yeah, these are sort of my socks. And so for most of my hot socks, I follow the Basic Toe Up Sock by Wendy. And then this will also do a Fish Lips Kiss Heel as well. What else? Oh yes. Then decided to start working with some of my hand-dyed yarns. My hand-dyed yarns that I dyed myself. Actually, this one I didn't dye. So again, it's Knit Picks Fingering Stroll. This colorway, let me show you the better side. There you go. This colorway I'm calling the Love Knots colorway because the ladies from my knit group, they helped me dye this. They all helped. So, it is just lovely colors. And so, what I'm going to do with this one is a hat. So when I'm at Love Knots, I can be wearing this colorway. The pattern that I found is it's by Rebecca Langford, and I was like, boy, that name sounds familiar. Like, oh yeah, I did her ear warmer pattern called the Hope Ear Warmer, and I did I'm planning to do the Ava cardigan soon. But the hat pattern that I'm doing is the Oakley Slouch. And here I am so far. And it says that it's supposed to be very wavy, and I'm looking at this hoping that it will fit over my big head. We'll see. I'll work on it some more, see how it goes. I may have to go up a hook size. The size hook that I'm using is a 3.5 millimeter, so I may have to go up a hook size or two. We'll see. We shall see how this goes. But look at these colors. I mean, there's just about every color in this thing. And then for the brim, oh, I got some more wool-like, but I got it's the lavender colorway, so I figured that would be really pretty together as well. So, we'll see how that one goes. And then on to Christmas projects. There's only one that I can show you because I don't think she watches. Every other Christmas present, I know it's mostly from my family, and I know that they watch. So yeah, I'm not gonna be showing those. This one is for my friend who. So I have two friends that I found out this year have EDS, which is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It's this connective tissue autoimmune disease. Anyway, so there is a dyer from England. They all profits from their business, their small business. Not all profits. I think they send some of it, some percentage of it. I don't know the whole percentage, but it goes to awareness and research for EDS. So this is the main colorway that they have for EDS. It's called the Rainbow Zebra. And I don't have enough. So I added three more colors to it. I added a red, a white, and black. So here you can kind of see what it looks like. Yeah. I don't know. I'm still on the fence on this thing. I don't know. But I'll keep going. We'll see how it goes. It's nothing to do with the pattern or anything like that. It's just striping. I don't know. The pattern that I'm doing is the One Skein Wonder LITE by Bella's Custom Crochets. And then so the striping that I'm doing is a random stripe. There is a website called Biscuits and Jam. There'll be a link in the show notes on my blog. And you just put in the colors that you have and the amount, like how many stripes, how many rows you want your stripe to be, and how many rows total you need to have it. And it will do a random stripe generator for you. So because my mind is like, everything needs to be symmetrical, everything needs to be in order. I kind of wanted this to be random, just because. And so this will be random stripes, which you can't hardly really tell right now with how little it is. So yeah, so we have the rainbow zebra, and then the three colors of loops and threads will like the red, yellow, or red, white, and black. And so that's it for project Make Some Progress, because I can't show you some of the others. So we will go on to 2B, and I have one that I want to show you, and it is for, I may enter this in the Strictly Sock Along, which is a sock make along run by Allie from Little Drops of Wonderful. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to make socks while you're watching Strictly Come Dancing, which is the British version of Dancing with the Stars. I haven't really been watching Dancing with the Stars. So, but there's so much cheating that goes on in that make-along that she has like an award for cheating. Anyway, so part of me is just like, well, maybe my yarn will work as a cheat. I don't know. It's my own hand-dyed yarn. It is this lovely colorway. It looks like peppermints. So it's white with red and a little bit of pink in there as well. This is called Jolly Holiday, which is song from Mary Poppins, which is my all-time favorite movie. I love Mary Poppins so much. So I need some Mary Poppins socks, for sure. And to really bring out the red, I bought this yarn. It's called From Me to Yarn. Let's see. So this is just a mini skein. It is 20 grams, so it's 92 yards. There's no colorway. I may have to look that up and put that at the bottom of the screen for you. But so yeah, I will be caking these up. Again, I will be splitting them in half because 2 at a time socks is the way to go for me. For me, I should say. Not everybody can do it or wants to do it. So yeah. And that's a fun song where they're dancing. That should work, right? For Strictly Come Dancing? For the Strictly Sock Along? I think that'll work. So anyway, that's everything. And so now I'm going to clean up, go get some dinner, and I will see you all in 2 weeks. God bless. Bye. Hi friends, welcome to, how do I even start this? I don't remember. Hi friends, welcome to another episode of the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast. Again, how do I start this thing? I don't know.